Alright, what's up, y'all? Me, Broman 2.0, and today we're pretty much gonna be reacting to the new video that I mentioned on my previous video, where it's gonna be where Mr. Ryu, the guy who made Ryu as Chun Infinity, just dropped a new a preview for episode 10 of Ryu as Chun Infinity, and yeah, I do got Ben the Old Man here, so Ben the Old Man, say something.
Yo, what's up, y'all? Y'all already know me. It's me, Ben the Old Man. You know what I'm saying? I'm from the old school. Y'all know how I do, but yeah, let's just go ahead and get into it. But yeah, I'm excited for this jump. Like,
yeah, man, me too. But yeah, let's just go ahead and get into it, y'all. Yeah. Yeah. Let's just see this preview, man, cause this is he just uploaded this today. Mr. Ryu did, and yeah, I just want to get into it, man. Let's just go ahead and get into it, y'all. So yeah. Let's just go ahead and get into it. Hold on. But yeah, let's just go ahead and get into it, y'all. So yeah. But yo. Alright, y'all. So yeah, so let's just go ahead and get into it.
yo. He still got that same thing.
Yo, that same intro. I'm guessing they get it, yeah. Wait. Hold on, bruh. What? This nigga got that super. Come on. Nah, hold on, bruh. Bro, okay, Mr. Ryu, I know that you gonna get. I wanted Ryu to have a new form, but bro, he could at least had the hyper form, bro. Come on, bro. Now he gonna be weaker than Chun-Li. Like, come on, man. Like, we gonna roll with it, man. We gonna roll with it.
Yeah.
What they saying high for? Like they. Oh yeah, well they was saying high because of the whole junk. Cause when he met her, she was crying, like injured and junk. But
Yeah.
Okay, the only issue that I have with this jump right now is the fact that Ryu and Chun-Li, they're in, like, Ryu is in like his super form and Chun-Li is in like a hyper form, but like when you look at like the fonts like this right here, like when it pops up they pictures and junk, it don't have it where Ryu is like in his super form, and it don't have it where Chun-Li is like in her like junk, but that'll be all like extra work. So yeah, I understand why you did it. Yeah, they got, bruh. Hey, bruh, look. I ain't trying to like throw no hate though on Mr. Ryu, but bruh, you could have made it where Ryu had like a hyper form, bruh, so they could be on even grounds. Like Chun-Li right now is stronger than Ryu. Like, this was the junk that I was talking about in my videos where I didn't want Chun-Li to be stronger than Ryu. Chun-Li is already stronger than Ryu. Because if you looking like the Sonic canon, the hyper form is like more powerful than the super form. So you basically just made Chun-Li stronger than Ryu when I wanted Ryu to be stronger than Chun-Li, or at least they both get like the same form and they be on equal grounds. That's what I wanted, but I mean, it is what it is, bro. Like,
Yeah.
I just hope that like she don't be outclassing him, like
For real. Cause this is Ryu that we talking about, man. It seems like right now Ryu is just like, I don't know.
yeah. And y'all gonna have to read the words y'allself. I will have to rewatch this myself, cause like the words are backwards to us, cause like the way I'm holding it, like
Yeah.
and YouTube better not try to take this video down, bro, cause man, y'all see how Rouge is looking on here, so I hope they don't try to like take this junk down.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. Okay, yeah. Wait a minute. Yeah, that's a super form, man. Hold, wait a minute. Mr. Ryu, I might be, because this is the thing. I'm not going to assume that it's like a super form. I'm going to assume that it's like Ryu's hyper form. It's just a different color. Let me know in the comment section down below, like, is that Hyper Ryu? Because I already know that the form is Hyper Chun-Li, but is that Hyper Ryu? Because I don't want Ryu to be weaker than Chun-Li. You already know what I said in my previous videos and junk. So, yeah, man. So, let me know, like, is that golden form, what was it, Hyper Ryu's junk? Like, is that Hyper Ryu? Like, is that gold form that Ryu got, is that like his hyper form? Because if it's not, and that's like his super form, you basically just made Chun-Li stronger than him. So, yeah. But just let me know, like, if that's the case, though. Because I don't want to assume that that's like the super form. Because it's the color, bro. That's what made me think that. So, yeah, let me know, is like, is that Hyper Ryu? Is that form called Hyper Ryu, or is it called like Super Ryu? Because if it's called Super Ryu, that means you just made Chun-Li stronger than Ryu. So, yeah, just let me know, like, in the comment section down below. Because I know they both use the same thing, like, for, like, the hyper jumps, but the color is throwing me off, like, with Ryu. Like, because, you know, you look at the super forms, they yellow. So you got to let me know, like, is that, like, Hyper Ryu? Is just that, like, his hyper form is just a different color than, like, what the regular hyper form is supposed to be? Or is that like Super Ryu? Like, let me know in the comment section down below. But yeah.
Yeah. Cause we gotta know this though, man. Like,
yeah. But this jump fire though, for real. Like, the fact that they both got forms though.
yeah.
Hmm. Oh, they teleported out of there.
Yup.
And this basically spoiling y'all, really, because we haven't even got to like episode 9 yet, so y'all can understand. Like, well, we hinted to stuff, so y'all already know.
Yeah.
All right, hold on. Okay. I like this junk though. Hold on, y'all. I'll be back. Hold on, y'all. I'll be back, y'all. Hold on. All right, y'all. I'm back, but yeah, I'm back.
Yup.
Hold on, wait a minute. Let me read this for myself, y'all. Hold on. I'll read this for myself. So it says, unfortunately, time is our greatest enemy, and this short 7-minute preview had taken me 3 to 4 weeks to complete. That's 6 to 8 hours a day for only a few minutes of entertainment. Remember, it's just me making this. Although I still have the passion to make these episodes, finances and time are very heavy costs. Alright, yeah. I gotta read it out to y'all. Is he gonna have another thing to read? Okay, so RC, I don't know what that is, but anyway, I will. Okay, so this is what it says. It says right here, I will always be a non-profit series, so I'll try to do what I can. This is a thank you for bringing me back, even if only for a short while. Okay. Alright, so let's see if it's something else that he going. Okay, it says regardless. Thank you for watching. Okay. And this is pretty much and I'm about to let y'all know, I could tell, and Mr. Ryu, I could tell that the music on this part is like AI. I already know that you use AI because you've done it on your videos before. So yeah, your latest videos, you know, before you make the video talking about something you was gonna come back to doing the jump. So ain't no problem. I don't have no problem with it. Some people are gonna get mad at that, but man, I don't have no problem with it. Yeah, I don't have no problem with it. So yeah. But yeah, so yeah, and this is the picture, this is the rest of the part, yeah. Alright, Alright, so that's it for like the episode 10 preview that Mr. Ryu pretty much dropped today for like the Ryu and Chun Infinity series. Now, this is the thing. This jump right here is fire, Mr. Ryu, if you watching this video, because most likely you are. But this jump right here is fire though, bro. This jump right here is fire. One thing I will say though is that you gonna have to clear up, like, what's that yellow form that Ryu has? Like, is that a hyper form or is that a super form? Cause me and you both know that the hyper form is more stronger than the super form. So let me know, is that like a hyper form that Ryu has, but it's just like, you know, a different color than, you know, the basic white color of the hyper forms, you know, that's in Sonic? Or is that a super form? Because if that's a super form, bruh, that mean that you just made Chun-Li stronger than him, which I don't want. I want them to be like on equal grounds, or they both come down with the junk and they got like hyper. But let me know, like, is that super that Ryu has, or is that a hyper form? Because if it's a hyper form, then you did it right. If it's a super form, then I'm gonna be a little iffy on, like, you know, what's going on, because that's when you do that, you basically made Chun-Li stronger than him. So you got to clear it up for me. Like, is that like a hyper form that Ryu has? That yellow form, is that a hyper form or is that a super form? Because some people are going to be like, duh, it's a hyper form, because you look at it, it's literally, they use, like, what was it, the Master Emerald along with the Super Emeralds to transform. But I still need some clarification. Like, is that like is that hyper Ryu that I seen that was all yellow and junk? Cause I never seen no hyper form that has, with any character that uses that junk, that has like a yellow glow. Like, this nigga had a yellow glow like he's super, and I hope he's not I hope that's not his super form. I hope that's like a hyper form, cause I already know that Chun-Li has a hyper form. That white form was Chun-Li's hyper form. So I gotta know, like, is that like the super form? Not the super, yeah, the super form for Ryu, or is that a hyper form? Is that a hyper form just like how Chun-Li got? Now, most likely, I'm gonna assume that it's like a hyper form. I'm just gonna assume, but let me know, is that a hyper form? Because if it is, then you did it right. You did it right the way I wanted it to be done right. So yeah, but yeah, man. So you gotta but I'm just gonna assume, for the play it safe, I'm just gonna assume that it's a hyper form, because they did use the super form, the super emeralds. So yeah, let me know, like, is that hyper Ryu, just to make sure, because man, I never seen nobody use the super emeralds and they turn yellow. Like, the regular Chaos Emeralds, yeah, but not the Super Emeralds. So that's what's throwing me off a little bit. But I'm just going to assume that it's like that's Hyper Ryu. So I just want to be clarified, like, is that Hyper Ryu? So yeah, let me know in the comment section down below, Mr. Ryu. Is that Hyper Ryu? Is that like a hyper form that Ryu has that's yellow? Like, is that his hyper form or is that his super form? Let me know, cause I hope it's like the hyper form. I hope that's a hyper form that Ryu has and not a super form. So yeah. But yeah, that's pretty much all I gotta say. But yeah, like I said before, I'm just gonna like assume that it's a hyper form. But just let me know in the comment section anyway. So yeah, but what I rate this preview, I would have to rate it a 10 out of 10, but I do have to like rewatch this junk on my own time. Because, like, when I hold the phone up, like, to do the reaction videos, it looks backwards to me. The words look backwards to me. But to y'all, it's right. Right? To y'all, it's right. It's the way it's the trajectory of, like, how I got the phone. So, yeah. Because I'm showing y'all, like, the junk. So, yeah, I'm going to have to watch this junk on my own. On my own timing. After I, upload this junk. But yeah. So yeah. But yeah, so that's pretty much all I gotta say. Yeah, I would have to get this a 10 out of 10. I just gotta watch it myself. I gotta watch it like this myself because I had to turn it like this. So, when you turn something like this and you zoomed in on the video, to y'all, the words are gonna be gonna look right to y'all. But for me, they backwards because I'm holding the phone like this. So, yeah. So I'm gonna have to rewatch it. To understand the dialogue and stuff, but y'all seen the dialogue, so yeah. But yeah, so yeah, so that's pretty much it. I have to give it a 10 out of 10, and yeah, been the old man. Share your thought.
Alright, so my thoughts, right? My thoughts, I would have to give it a 10 out of 10 too. This jump right here, 5. Yeah, we just need clarification. Is that a hyper form that Ryu got, or is that a super form? Even though obviously it probably is a hyper form because they used the super emerald. So yeah, but we just need clarification because we never seen a super form, that makes a nigga turn yellow, right? So we need clarification on that. So yeah. But yeah, man, so yeah. But other than that though, the jump fire though, man. So it's nothing to really be said about this junk. It's just fire. It's just fire, man. Yeah, just remember that with the fight scenes, we do want it to be done in Mugen, right? We do want those fight scenes to be in Mugen. You know what I'm saying? Instead of, well, I take that back. It might be hard for you to do it with Mugen where it's a hyper Chun-Li and a hyper Ryu. I'm guessing that's what the form is called, but we just gonna assume that it is. But yeah, we just gonna assume that that's what it is. But yeah, hyper Ryu and hyper Chun-Li. Cause they never made a Mugen of Hyper Chun-Li and Hyper Ryu yet. So yeah, so we can't really go off of. We can't really go out. Hold on, wait a minute.
Alright, we back, but yeah, so been the old man, like you was saying though, you was saying something.
Yeah, yeah, you got called for something, man. Yeah.
Hold on, yeah, I'll be back. Hold on. Alright, so I'm pretty much back. But yeah, so Ben old man, like you was saying something. Continue.
Alright, so look. So like I was saying was, right, it's fine that we got to see hyper Chun-Li, and we just gonna say hyper Ryu just to play it safe. Which it probably is hyper Ryu. We probably just looking to getting thrown off by the color. But yeah, I feel like hyper Ryu should have had instead of his jump being yellow, it should have been yeah, I'm trying to figure. It should have been blue or something. His hyper form should have been blue instead of yellow. When you make it yellow, it's gonna have niggas thinking that that's a super form instead of a hyper form. I felt like it should have been blue or something, now that I think about it.
Yeah, it would have been better if his hyper form was blue so it wouldn't throw us off. When you make it yellow, niggas are gonna look at it and they're gonna be like, oh, that's Super Ryu. You see what I'm saying? So it's you should have made it a different color than yellow, man. I don't know. When you make it yellow, it's gonna throw niggas off and think that that's his super form.
Yeah, that's what people are gonna think. They gonna think that, and they gonna be like, golly, bro, that's a super form, and then people are gonna be looking and they gonna be thinking that Chun-Li is stronger than Ryu, cause they gonna think cause the hyper form is stronger than the super form, so they gonna think that that's a super form that you putting on there for Ryu. So that's the only critique that we got with this jump, to be honest. It's a good thing that I pinpointed that out, cause you didn't really pinpoint it out like that, bro, man. 2.0.
Yeah, I never pinpointed that out. It's a good thing you said that jump, but yeah, it do look like a super form though, man. That's what's throwing us off, is that it looked like a super form, but it's a good thing that Ben old man pinpointed it out, that you should Mr. Ryu, you should have made it well like his form was blue instead of yellow. Cause when you make it yellow, niggas are gonna think they're like, oh, that's a super form. Chun-Li got a hyper form. Chun-Li is stronger than Ryu. That's what niggas are gonna think. So it's like you gotta like, I don't know, you could have chose like a different color now that I think about it for his form. Like you could have made it where like his junk was blue. Like it would have been dope and let him have a blue aura or something like that. Instead of like putting yellow on his aura and making it look like it makes it look like he's using a super form instead of a hyper form. Which niggas are gonna think, oh, Chun-Li's stronger than Ryu. That's what niggas are gonna think. Cause they thinking that that's a super form. Niggas who don't really know about Sonic like that, they're gonna think that that's a super form instead of for Ryu. And they gonna be like, oh, that's a hyper form that Chun-Li got. That's what they gonna think. They gonna think that Ryu's hyper form that you got for him. They gonna think that is super. People who don't really do research on the joint, they gonna think that that's a super form instead of a hyper form. And that's not like really a good look for Ryu in my opinion, because it's gonna make it look like Ryu has a super form and Chun-Li has a hyper form. And me and you already know that the hyper form is more powerful than the super form. So niggas are gonna think, oh, Chun-Li is stronger than Ryu. That's what they gonna think, man. Cause cause so basically we were just overreacting when we had said like, is that like a hyper form or not? It is a hyper form because obviously they using the super emeralds, but it's the color that you have for Ryu. It's like it don't look like a hyper form, it looks like a super form. That's a hyper form is supposed to look different from a super form. A hyper form is supposed to have either white color or whatever color that's in like the cool section of like colors. It shouldn't be well like that junk like look like it's like a super form. Ryu don't even look like he has a hyper form. He look like he has a super form. That's what's throwing us off. Now we know that that's how hyper Ryu. Now that we think about it, me and Ben the old man, that is like a hyper form that Ryu has, but it looks like it's a super form. That's the downside of it. Like that's the downside of like his transformation is that it looks like it's a super form. That's what's throwing us off. So yeah, man, like all I gotta say is like and I should have said this, and I know Ben the old man, you had to say what you had to say and junk. Like,
nah, go ahead and say what you gotta say, man. Go ahead and say what you gotta say.
Alright, so look, Mr. Ryu, I know that like this is the design choice that you wanted to pick for Hyper Ryu, but that doesn't look like a hyper form. If you look at the Sonic series, Hyper looks like it's white or either a cool type color. It don't look like it's yellow. Like I feel like Ryu's hyper form should have been blue or something. It should have never been like yellow, because when you make it look yellow, niggas are gonna be thrown off. They're gonna be thinking, okay, if that's a hyper form, why is it yellow? That's the first thing people gonna think. Because the people who know about Sonic, they're gonna think that. They're gonna think, bro, okay, is this a hyper form or is this a super form? Like, why is he yellow? That's what people gonna think. How come Chun-Li's right but Ryu's ain't right? That's what people are gonna think. This is me just giving constructive criticism, bro. Like, in order for people to really be like, oh yeah, that's Hyper Ryu, is to make his form be blue. If you make his form be like, cause it wouldn't make sense to make his junk white because he already has a white gi on, right? In his base form. But to make it be like, oh yeah, that's Hyper Ryu, just make his junk blue. You see what I'm saying? Like, cause it wouldn't make sense to make his junk white, cause you know he already has a white gi. But just make his junk like, you know, blue or something. Like, just make his junk blue. That's the only problem that I got with the junk. Is the fact that like his form looks like it's a super form instead of an actual hyper form. Whereas Chun-Li's look like a hyper form because she got the whole white thing going on with like her gi. But then you look at Ryu's, it's like his junk is yellow. It's like it's kind of throwing it. Like, that's what was throwing me off. That's why when I was asking them questions and was assuming that, I was thinking that like, that's why at first when I was looking at the junk, I was thinking, okay, this must be like a super form. This dude made Chun-Li stronger than him. That's what I was thinking in my mind, bro. That's what I was thinking in my mind when watching this junk. But now, since we've been recording for a while, after what I said in the beginning and all that of the video, I'm thinking, okay, yeah, that's basically a hyperform. It's just that he chose like a supersonic color, and it's like, I don't know, man. Like, I really don't know, man. If it had been me, I would have chose like, I feel like this is me just giving you advice. I would say change Ryu's color of like his hyperform, because like this is a preview. You could always change this junk. This is a preview. So this is not like the actual episode. This is just a preview of the junk. A little junk. I feel like it would be best for Ryu's hyperform that you got for him to be blue, because it won't make sense to make his jump white, which I understand why you didn't make his jump white, because he already has a white gi in his base form. But to make his jump look yellow, it's like niggas are gonna think, oh, that's super. That's what they're going to think. You gotta make it look, you know what I'm saying, like look more according to like what it would look like if he had an actual hyperform. If Ryu had an actual hyperform, I don't think his jump would have been yellow, bro. I feel like that would have been if he would have used like the regular chaos symbols and went super. Then his jump would have probably been yellow. But hyper, bro, hyper gonna change your jump to like a cool type color when the powers hit. It's not gonna make it to where like it's gonna be yellow. That's just me giving you advice, man. Like, this is me giving you advice, bro. So yeah, man. So yeah. Yeah, man. So yeah. So but that's pretty much all I gotta say. But yeah, Ben the old man, continue what you were saying though, man, cause I had to vent right there, man. I had to vent right there, and you know, tell them like, you know, advice on the jump, like,
yeah. And it's a good thing I said that too, so like you could have like, you know, went into like, you know, what you was talking about right there. Cause if I would have never said nothing like what I said, you probably would have never like thought to say that. Like,
yeah, I probably would have never thought to say that. So it's a good thing you said that. But yeah, continue what you were saying though, like.
But yeah, so yeah, but yeah, I gotta agree with Bro Man 2.0 on that. The color of like Ryu's hyperform, it don't look like a hyperform, it look like a super form. So I feel like that me and Bro Man 2, we both agree that like you gonna have to change that and make it where his junk is like either blue or like another cool color, right? Cause you know that white is like a cool color. It's like a winter type cool color. Like cool, right? A hot color is something like orange or red or something, right? So yeah, like when you make that junk yellow, you basically made it like a heat color, to where like basically the same thing that the super form has. When people use chaos emeralds, like when the characters use chaos emeralds, they'll go super, right? But it'll be yellow. You made Ryu's hyperform yellow, which was throwing us off at first. That was what was throwing us off. We felt like Ryu's jump should be like blue, like a blue color. Or something like a cool color, like how Chun-Li's was. They don't need to be white, because you know we already know Ryu's base form is him wearing the white gi. But it should have been like blue or something that was cool, like, you know what I'm saying, like a cool color. We ain't saying that like the design ain't cool. I'm just saying we talking about in general as in warm colors and cool colors. You see what I'm saying? Like, that's what we talking about. So yeah, man. So yeah. So that's pretty much all we gotta say on that. Yeah, you look like you about to say something too, Bro Man 2.0.
Oh yeah, and I'm gonna have to like bump it down to a 9.5 out of 10. Now that I think about it, I'm gonna have to bump it a 9.5 out of 10. Keep in mind, 9.5 out of 10 is literally 1 point down from 10 out of 10. I'm gonna have to bump it to like a 9.5 out of 10. This is no hate. This is just me being honest. It's because of like the color of like his form. I feel like it wouldn't be yellow. I feel like it would be like blue or something. You see what I'm saying? So yeah, I would have to bump that junk down to a 9.5 out of 10. So yeah, now Ben the Old Man, is you gonna still have your junk as a 10 out of 10, or like,
you know what? This is gonna be the one time that I'm gonna disagree with Ben the Old, not Ben. I am Ben the Old Man, but this is gonna be the one time that I'm gonna disagree with the point thing. I'm gonna have to still give it a 10 out of 10. Now, you already know that my opinion don't really matter because I'm a character, but you should still be glad that, like, you know, my opinion, you know, I gave you like a 10 out of 10, but still, but, what is it, Broman 2.0's opinion is really what matters because this is his channel and plus I'm a character. So, yeah, but I would still give you a 10 out of 10, but the real, you know, vote of the video is really a 9.5 out of 10 because it's Broman 2.0. I'm just nothing but a character. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, Broman 2.0 is what y'all here for, like, you know, in terms of, like, real voting. So, yeah. But yeah. So, yeah. So, that's pretty much all I gotta say. See y'all. Peace in the ear. Ben the Old Man now. But, yeah. So, yeah.
Alright, y'all. So, Ben the Old Man pretty much gave his thoughts. And, yeah. And I already, you know, bumped my point down to like 9.5 out of 10. So, yeah. So look, So look, listen. I'm pretty much gonna go ahead and end this video. So look, if y'all new to this channel, like, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell when y'all hit all on it, so I don't get every notification I want to upload. Also, if y'all want to watch the Ryu S Chun-Li Infinity series for y'allself, I will have a link in the description down below. It's gonna say the Ryu S Chun-Li Infinity series, and it's gonna have like a link beside it. Click that and it should take y'all straight to it. Also, the GoFundMe for the episode, right? The GoFundMe for episode 10 is gonna be in the description down below. It's gonna say the GoFundMe for the series, and it's gonna have a link beside it. Click that and it's gonna take y'all straight to it. Also, if y'all if y'all want to join like my Discord, which I want y'all to join my Discord, and like I said before, even in the previous video, if y'all are at least 20 or 21 and older, y'all can join my Discord. So yeah. So that's pretty much how the rules is set in my junk. So yeah, but it's gonna be in the description. It's gonna say my Discord and it's gonna have a link beside it. Click that. Once you click that, it's gonna take you straight to my Discord and y'all should be able to join like with ease and junk. So yeah, so yes, that's pretty much all I gotta say. Tomorrow we're gonna be reading we're gonna be reviewing another chapter of Stardust Trinity. And yeah, stay tuned for that. So yeah, so see y'all. Peace in the ear. Broman 2.0 out.